Holy shit, Amy. My God. You want a gig? You want to open for me? And then do some comedy? All right. You guys are fun. I like it. All right, you ready for your next comedian? Oh, you're such a great crowd. I love you guys so much. Next time coming to the stage, a dear friend of mine in comedy. You're going to love him. He's been seen on a lot of comedy shows. He's also been seen on True Blood, on Castle. Put your hands together for Lenny Schmidt.
Flip Schultz, folks, come on. That's the guy running the show. Come on. Guys working hard. How we doing? Excellent. It's good to be home. I was just in Chicago. I got home a couple days ago. My daughters live there, and I was there for my oldest daughter's birthday. She just turned 12, and she said to me, this is what she goes, you know what I want for my birthday? I want an iPhone 5. That's what she said to me. She goes, I want an iPhone 5. And I immediately went, fuck you. You do not get an iPhone 5. You do not get better shit than this, Dad. That's not how I roll as a father. Now go back to your room and play with your Atari. That's what I told her. My youngest daughter just turned 9 this year, and we had a birthday party for her, and at the party we let all our friends get up and do a joke, or perform, or do something, or a sketch or something. Little 9-year-old kids like to perform in front of each other. They think it's really cute or funny or whatever. And it was cute to watch, but the funniest thing to watch was the parents freak out over what skeletons the kid might let out of their family closet. You know, because a 9-year-old doesn't give a shit. They'll say anything in front of a bunch of people. Like, every morning, Mommy calls Daddy an asshole. And then he goes to work and she cries all day. Until Secret Daddy comes over. I'm divorced, man. I've been divorced a couple of years. This is how the divorce worked out with my ex and I. I had to move out of the house and I had to get my shit. So I leave, I rent a truck, and they go down to Home Depot to get some of them. They're entrepreneurs hanging out at Home Depot to help move my shit. You know what I mean? They just pull up, beep, beep, trabajo. They hop in. We go, we move the shit out of the house, move into an apartment. Then my wife and I decided to work things out. I go back to Home Depot, get the same 2 guys, beep, beep, trabajo. They hop in. We move the shit back into the house. Then we decide it's not working out. I go back to Home Depot, get the same 2 guys, beep, beep, trabajo. They just look at me and go, you need to see a fucking counselor, man. Sad when a relationship falls apart when you get divorced, man. Anybody here divorced? Wow, that's one happy cheer right there. That's fucking, it's sad at the end. You start to fight every night. That's what happens. You fight every night. Every single night there's a fight. Every night. And you fight about the same thing. There's like 3 different fights. They rotate. You just don't know which fight. You know, it's like doing a play every night. It's the same words. Never changes. Never fucking changes. Over and over and over again. It's like doing a different play every night. You just don't know what play because she's the director. She calls all the shots. So I would come home and she'd be pissed and I'd be like, what? And I'm clueless until she looks at me and goes, you were supposed to be home hours ago. And then I know. I'm like, oh, we're doing a scene from You're Never Home. All right, hold on. Here, let me see if I can remember my lines. Hang on. And you've been working together so long and you know each other so well that if you forget a line, she'll feed it to you. She knows what the answer is when she asks the question, man. Why do you work so much? And I'm like, I don't remember that one. I'm sorry. I can't. She's like, I know money doesn't grow on trees. That's it. Money doesn't grow on trees. Thank God you're here. And they just moved to Chicago. My kids moved to Chicago, man, which is a big change for me. I worry about that. I have a great relationship with my kids. We get along really well. I'm not happy with them being far away. I think I'm going to lose them. We talk about anything. My daughters can come to me and say anything. We talk about anything. This is an actual conversation my daughters had in front of me 3 weeks ago at dinner. My youngest daughter looks at my oldest and goes, Anna, how many kids do you want to have? Anna goes, I want to have 5. And Lily goes, ew. You want to have sex 5 times? She goes, no, 4. I want to have twins once. I was pretty happy with that conversation, actually. I was like, fucking hey, you're capping at 4? All right, I can live with that. Right after that, the same conversation, though, now we're talking about sex at dinner, which is fucking creepy with your kids. Now I'm like, oh, God, now what? And my oldest daughter asked me what oral sex is. This is the conversation she has. She goes, what's oral sex? And my first immediate response was, I so wish you were with your mom tonight. That would be a great night to be with your mom. But I told her the truth. You gotta tell your kids the truth. You can't fucking lie to them. You can't. Here's what I said. I said, it's when two people have sex and one of them uses their mouth. And she immediately went, we never have to talk about this again. And I was like, that's fucking great. I never want to talk about this again with you. That'd be great. We can never talk about it, ever. And she's like, that's gross. I'm like, even better. Fucking A. You only want to have sex 4 times and oral sex is gross to you? My job is done as a father, really. And I wasn't even trying. I was just being honest. And then the conversation then always, these conversations always go the same way. The very next question is, you've never done that, Daddy, have you? That's where you lie, right fucking there. You go, no, that would, blah, blah, blah. It's a terrible thing to do to a woman's mouth. But you gotta tell them the truth. You can't lie to them. You gotta tell them the truth. They gotta know exactly. They gotta know. Because you give them bad information, they go out in the world, they look like a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? You can't panic either when they ask that question, like, what's oral sex? And you're like, it's a game. You play with jelly beans and marbles. You know, because then she's at a party, she tells her friends that, they look at her like she's a fucking moron. Or even worse, they're having a party, someone has jelly beans and marbles, and my daughter's like, hey, let's play oral sex. And they're like, oh God, have you played that? I'm like, yeah, my dad told me all about it. It was a lot of fun. My divorce is final in April. So I'm dating now, which is, yeah, it's awesome. I like it. I'll be honest with you, the hardest thing about dating after being married for a long time, this is the hardest thing. Having sex with strangers. That was weird for me. It was really, think about it. I was married for 15 years, man. I hadn't had sex with a stranger in 7 years. That is a long time. And I don't know if I'll ever get married again. I don't know if I'm going to go down that road. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what I want. I don't fucking know what I want. I have no clue. I date different women. It's very confusing. I'm all over the place. You know, one day I'll meet a girl and we'll go to a show, or I'll meet a girl and we'll go to a ball game, or I'll meet a girl and we'll split a bottle of tequila and pick a safe word and knock the shit out of each other all night. Either that. There are merits to all of those. I don't hate marriage, though. I'm not that guy. Who's married in here? If you're married, by applause, let me hear you. That's right on. 3 of you. Fucking A. That's late night Burbank, man. 3 married people. Yeah! The rest of you people are just fucking here. I don't hate marriage. I wish you if you're married, I wish you the best. I think that's great, man. I spent 15 years I was married to my wife. We had great times in 15 years. Great times. We had bad times. We had fights, big fights, huge fucking fights. But every fight we ever had, every disagreement we ever had, I never once, ever thought about hitting her or killing her. I thought about poking her with a stick once, though. I thought about that. Because we were in a fight, and it was a bad fight. It was at the zoo, and there was a lot of yelling, and none of it was me. You know what I mean? None of it. And she's coming to me like, and I'm taking it like a man. That's your job, by the way, as a husband sometimes, is shut the fuck up and just take your verbal ass kicking. That's it. And this is going on for a while. It's so bad, and I'm standing there, and she's like, I'm glassy-eyed, I'm drooling, it's so bad, other guys won't even make eye contact with me as they walk by. They're like, dude, whatever you did, I want to fucking know. And I'm trying to zone her out, and I'm standing looking in a gorilla cage, staring at a gorilla, who, ironically, is getting yelled at by another gorilla. And he looks at me as if to go, I know. And this goes on for 15 minutes, man, where I'm getting and he's getting Suddenly, the male gorilla grabs a stick and whacks the female in the head. Just whack! And she runs off like, and now she's still pissed off, but she leaves him alone. I thought about it, man. Because I'm still getting it, man. She's coming to me, full bore, spits him stabbing me in the side of the face. There's no one there now but me and the gorilla and her, and she is yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling, and suddenly the gorilla throws me the stick. But I walked away. I was the better primate. And as I left, I swear I heard that gorilla go, "You pussy." Thanks, guys. I'll see you later, man.